Hi everyone, my name's Cameron Payas. I'm part of the TAC Takeaway Mentor Group. So just a few things just to introduce myself. I'm 22 years old. I do middle distance and I'm part of Mark Hookway's group. I joined Tunbridge in around 2017 and from Medway Maidstone, and I've been running since around 2010. In summer of 2020 I graduated from Surrey University, and currently I'm training to be a chartered accountant. PBs are 154 for 800 and 352 for 1500. I've been quite a late developer in athletic terms. It's only really the last few years that my PBs have come down quite a lot. So we've had a question from Amy, and it's how to balance running and school/work. So for me, it's actually school and work. As training to be a chartered accountant, you have to do exams. So it's 15 exams over 3 years. So my experience balancing work and running and studying. So I started in September 2020 at my job, and initially I thought I'll just carry on trying to do the same amount of training as always. That's what I did at university, but don't have as much time as I did at university. So after a couple of months I noticed that it's not really going to be possible for me to keep up my normal training during periods of heavy work and studying. So after a few months I reduced it to allow me to focus on study, as I had 6 exams in 3 months. So that was clearly a priority for me. The career, as I've said, is priority for me. So running comes second to that, but it doesn't mean you can't take it seriously. And I think that it's important to have running in your life or another interest, as it's a great stress reliever. And sometimes when something's not going too well with your studying or work, it can just help you escape. Maybe if you're feeling down about it or a little bit despondent. So my experience during COVID, including balancing work and study. So I have struggled a bit with motivation for running, not to the point that I haven't been running, but more so that I haven't really been getting in as many fast sessions as I normally would when I'd be training down at TAC. Sort of only recently, the last couple of months, I've found myself getting back into it, starting the sessions again, getting back to good mileage. One of the things that has helped me with that is actually training with a couple of local guys that similar speed to me. So it's great, you can organise meeting up for a session or a long run. It just helps with motivation knowing that there's someone else to train with, and also that commitment that you have to show up because there's someone else to train with. A few things that I've found useful in managing work and study with running is that I've started planning ahead a lot more, so that I plan when I'm going to be studying, and then running fits around that. But as long as I plan ahead enough with studying, I can normally pretty much fit in as much running as I want to, unless I have to stay late at work. Stay late, stay at home. I've found that weekends are a great opportunity to catch up with studying. So say if you fall behind a bit during the week, maybe because you want to go running or you have to work late, the weekends are a great opportunity. I know it's not probably the best way you want to spend your weekend, but if you want to run hard and study hard, then that's what you have to do. Something that I didn't do actually at university was study far enough in advance of the exam. A lot of people can probably relate. They would cram the week before an exam, and you might get away with it, but that week you might not be able to actually run as much. So in terms of planning my studying, I now start studying a lot further in advance, so that my running doesn't really have to drop even just before the exam. Another thing I would say is be honest with your coach about your training and work commitments and studying commitments. So as I said, I train with under Mark Hookway, so he's really understanding. But yeah, just be honest. Like, they know that for a lot of people running isn't going to be a career or the be all and end all. So just be honest about it. And to be honest, they can help you plan how to manage your training. it's important to be honest with yourself about your work and running priorities. A lot of people aren't going to become a professional runner, so you need to make sort of a plan of what you want to do, because it's unlikely that you're going to be able to make a living out of running. And lastly, I'd say make yourself accountable for your training. In our group with Mark, we've got sort of like an online spreadsheet, and you fill it in when you've done your training, so it's not just like a little secret to yourself if you haven't been training much. People are going to see, and also your coach will know, so just take responsibility for your training, and then hopefully things will take care of themselves pretty much as best as they can. So yeah, that's all from me, and hope that helps.